here's the challenge, and this is the problem for many people in this world, is that when we're not aware and we're not conscious of the traumas that we've had from since we were little kids, and all the times where our body needed to react to protect us, these things actually come up and they show up in the present whenever our nervous system is acting up, right? Like when, for example, for me, when I was in the military, I prided myself in getting promoted, meritorious promotions, every rank, right? But then there came a time where I became complacent, and that complacency led to being late chronically to formations to whatever. So one specific time, I show up and no one is in formation, and I'm like, "Where is everyone?" And I was late. So one of my buddies comes out the building. He's the only one present. He comes out the building and he says, uh, "Sergeant No, we need you inside." So I walk inside, and everyone was in formation in my commanding officer's office, waiting for me to stand in front of his desk so that he can chew me out in front of everyone. And he chewed me out in front of everyone, and I was one of the leaders in the platoon, right? So I prided myself in that. However, I wasn't being a good example. But that moment, that feeling of just shame and that feeling of guilt really stuck with me for years, like almost being demoted because of it. And just saying, if this happens again, this is not going to work for us. Right. So that really stuck with me. How does that affect me today? I do not like being late. Right. That was a big thing that really affected me since that moment. And what's really unfortunate, and I used to have to like apologize to Michelle so often, right? So it's for me, whenever I was like in the car and I was ready to go, and if we leave now, we'll be 15 minutes early to wherever we're going, right? That moment comes back up for me, and I get really frustrated. I get really angry, right? And she's like, "It's a movie. Like we got 30 minutes of trailer." And then we could watch the movie. Like, why do we need to show up so early? And I might say something stupid and logical, like, "Oh, like I want to watch all the trailers," right? It wasn't about all that, right? It was more about what was coming up for me in that moment. It was something that happened in the past. And just know that for each and every one of you guys, you have these moments, whether you believe it or not, and you bring that to the present. So this is what I mean by when you're doing the 30-day challenge, you first got to be aware of it. Right? You got to be aware of it. So that's when you're doing the reset. And then you do the thing, right? These are 30 days, 30 different tools. You regulate, right? Cold bath, mirror work, conscious raging. I'll show you guys how to do a conscious rage. Um, Box breathing, which is going to come up for you guys very soon. Journaling, meditation, grounding, right? This is just the beginning. But it's a lot of beautiful work that you guys are able to choose, right? A lot of different tools from your toolbox. Yeah, and to be able to regulate. And then again, remind yourself of who you really are, who you're really meant to be. Why are you here on this earth?